Alright, here we go again. So, okay, Naruto would be a full Uzumaki, alright? That's just to make things a bit more bitter. Yeah, normal things happen. Kachina Minto died from Nanta's, all that cool stuff. Alright, so, Naruto will start off, pretty normal, I guess. He'll be in an orphanage, and, normal stuff happens. He gets hurt, he gets bullied, he gets beaten the shit out of, he gets fucking almost killed, sure, whatever. Normal stuff you'll hear from whatever. Now he tells the third Hokage. The third Hokage is kind of, saddened by this, and so, well, he doesn't want to take any risk. He doesn't want to just leap at this just because someone said so. So, he tells Naruto to provide some evidence. Naruto then goes back to the orphanage. This is when Naruto was like 5, by the way. He had joined the academy just like moments before, sure. And whatever. Get some evidence. Don't tell me how. I don't fucking know. Use your imaginations. Gets to Third Kage. Shows him the evidence. Third Kage is furious, and then the orphanage is now under new leadership. I don't want to say it's strictly fucking gone now, because they won't be fear on the orphans. So it's just under new management. The old one just got thrown into jail for child abuse. Right, so growing up, Naruto, I would say he was a prodigy. He was a prodigy in many things. He had experience in everything, from ninjutsu to taijutsu to genjutsu. He had at least a little bit of experience in everything. But the most experience he had ever gotten was in sealing techniques. The Hokage had told him about his clan, right? And told him about the sealing techniques that they always used to do. He felt extremely proud, and so he wanted to continue on. He asked Hokage for some sealing scrolls to start off. Hokage gave them to him, and well, he started practicing with them. Eventually, Naruto got pretty good. He was behind Sasuke in the academy. He was behind him. But he was very, very close to beating Sasuke on multiple occasions. On multiple occasions. And so, what Naruto did was he eventually started to think, hey, I should work on my skills more, rather than just my sealing techniques. He thought, okay, while ninjutsu is cool and genjutsu is very effective, and taijutsu is very, very useful, I need to learn how to do all of them. And even if I do learn how to do all of them, I still can't perform them just by thinking, oh, I can do it. What I need to do is work on my chakra control. So that's what he does. He asks the Hokage again for some more scrolls, this time being chakra control scrolls. And he learns from him. Learns roughly how to walk up, like, walls and all that. And just learns basically how to distribute chakra throughout his entire body. Now, after doing that, he thinks it's ready. He stops and thinks what he should learn first. Then he realized that he could ask one the Jonin. So he went out and searched for Jonin, because, well, Jonin, I'm sure they would have some experience. Until he... Okay, so he sees a man. This man has a mask and poofy white hair. This man seems very uninterested, but Naruto can kind of see something about him, as if he actually does, as if he's looking at Naruto specifically. He goes up to him and asks for help, like, oh, can you tell me what I should carry on with? And this man is very confused, but he gives him an answer. Personally, kid, I think you should work on ninjutsu. It's the most versatile, and you'll get a lot of opponents down with that. He gives a few more reasons, and then carries on with the day. Naruto is still not convinced, so he keeps going. Then he sees another man. That man has a cigarette in his mouth, and jet black hair, with his hands in his pockets. I guess, I don't know. He walks up to him and says, "Excuse me, sir. I would like some advice." The man asks, "Sorry, kid, I can't give any life advice right now. I'm trying to do something." Where Naruto is like, "Well, it's not life advice. It's just normal shinobi advice." The man stops, pauses for a moment, and looks at Naruto. He thinks, and then he gives a response. What kind of shinobi advice? Naruto then asks, what should I work on first? Ninjutsu, taijutsu, or genjutsu? This question catches the man off guard, and he gives Naruto's answer. Personally, kid, I think you shouldn't work on any of them right now. Have you worked on chakra control yet? And Naruto goes, yes, I have. The man smiles and says, good, but that's not just it. If you've done that, then you should be able to have a chakra nature yet. Or should. And thus, I think you should work on trying to see what your chakra nature is. Naruto's confused. He hasn't read anything about this before. Chakra nature? What is this? The man looks at him. Well, kid, chakra nature is a nature that everyone has. Every shinobi has it, and the majority of shinobis have only one. However, there have been very, very rare times where shinobis have two or more of these chakra natures. There's 5 in total. It's covered the very basics: wind, fire, earth, water, and lightning. These chakra natures is what embodies people. Sometimes you'll get them just by being in a clan, like the Uchiha being proficient in fire, but also somewhat in lightning. Or even the Hyuga being proficient in wind. However, this is one clan. This one clan, they're proficient. They're one of the majority of people who are proficient in all 5. The Senju clan. Just because these clan members had a good chance of being proficient in all 5, which means which made them go out and try to learn as much jutsu as possible to get a wide variety of jutsu to pass down to their kids and future generations. Naruto was amazed. Well, what can the chakra natures do? Just as he said that, the man had pulled out what seemed to be trench knives, at least one trench knife. He says, "Boy, look at this." As Naruto looked at the trench knife, he saw that something was coming off of it. It was like chakra, but somewhat different. Just that very moment, the man had thrown it. It had just barely scraped by Naruto's face and landed in it and embedded itself within a tree behind him. It went very, very deep within the tree. Naruto was amazed, but also scared and angry. "Oi, you could have warned me you're gonna throw it at me. Give me a heads up next time," Naruto had said to him. "Yeah, sorry, kid. But I needed to give you a demonstration real quick. See that, kid? The trench knife is perfectly in that tree. It wouldn't have been in there so easily and so firmly if it weren't combined with my chakra." Combined by chakra? What do you mean? Well, you see, I have the elemental chakra nature of wind. I coated my trench knife within the chakra of wind. It's easier to slice. It's easier to go through. You can imbue your
uh, you can imbue almost all weapons within your chakra nature, and each chakra nature adds a different ability towards it. Wind makes it easier to slice and cut through anything. However, I'm not the proficient within any other element, so I don't really know what other chakra natures do. As he said that, the man had tugged his trench knife out of the tree and went on with his day. Naruto is very amazed by this, but still keeps going. When Naruto keeps going, he sees another man. This man is very, very different from the last two. This man had a weird haircut, some weird eyes, and very, very bushy brows. This man was wearing an all green jump suit. And this man looks like he never stopped smiling in his life. It was even kind of unnerving. But he had a Jonin vest, so Naruto walked up to him. He asked him, "Excuse me, sir, you're Jonin, correct?" The man looked down at him and said, "Yes, I am. What would you like, little fella?" Naruto was surprised. He hadn't seen many Jonin in his life, but all the other Jonin that he had seen weren't very chipper. In fact, many people he had seen weren't very chipper, especially around him. So this very chipper man being very happy was both unnerving and kind of happy. Well, you see, I'm studying to become a ninja, and I need advice on something. Yeah, okay. What do you need, kid? Well, I've already asked two other people, and they gave me some different answers. I was thinking that I should try and learn something, like ninjutsu, but I can't decide which one I want to try and learn from, whether it be genjutsu, ninjutsu, or taijutsu. Well, kid, take it from me. Taijutsu is one of the most important you can ever have. It is? Yes, of course it is. After all, I am one of the strongest jonins you'll ever see in your entire life. Naruto stood there, mouth agape, as he thought, man, this guy is really cocky. But Naruto didn't mind it. It was actually kind of nice. Well, well there, sir. What do you think? So I should just use taijutsu? Yes, focus on taijutsu. That could help you a lot. Trust me, I only use taijutsu. Not because I want to, but because I have to. I can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu, you see. What? You can't? How's that possible? It just happens sometimes. It's very rare, but it can still happen. I know three people who haven't had who could only use taijutsu. Who are they? Well, one was my father. He died a hero trying to protect everyone. The other one is me, and the last one is this boy. His name is Rock Lee. He has spirit in him. I can see it. I wonder if I'm trying to become his teacher later on in life. You know, when he hits 12. That's when students get to see the senseis. Okay, so you want me to focus on taijutsu? Yes. Okay, and so then you went into this ramble of how much you want to train this kid. Yes, that is correct. Okay, great. I'm gonna go now. I hope to see you later. Yes, you too, young boy. You're very. Jesus. You're very fun to talk to. Yeah. Naruto runs away. Terrified,
of what would happen if he stayed any longer near that man. As Naruto ran, he wasn't watching where it was going, and he ran into someone. They both dropped to the floor. He looked up and apologized immediately. He opened his eyes to see a rather beautiful woman. This woman wasn't exactly old. She was still in her 20s, but then again, she was kind of in her late 20s. Just in her late 20s. This woman looked up at him, clearly mad, but in an angry tone said, "No, it's alright. No, it's alright." I wasn't looking where I was going either. Naruto picked himself up, dusted off, and tried to help her up. She took his hand and got up. She asked why was he running and why wasn't he looking where he was going. Naruto had told the story to her, and she thought, "Oh yeah, sounds like Guy, alright. Scaring off children like usual." And then she stopped, and she thought. She thought for a moment. "Kid, if you want my input, maybe you should focus on genjutsu." "You think? Why?" "Well, it may not deal physical attacks like ninjutsu or taijutsu, but it attacks the mind, and that's one of the most important areas of a person's well-being." Personally, kid, it's definitely one of the most important. You can get information easily. You can trick someone. You can walk right in front of someone without them seeing you because you put them on a genjutsu. You can do whatever you want to someone, or whatever you want with a genjutsu. Naruto thought for a little while, and he came to a little conclusion. "That's scary. Well, you just put it is very scary, and that should never be in the hands of anyone." "Well, kid, it is. It's in the hands of everyone. Anyone could do it if they really tried. But no one chooses genjutsu because they just don't. Because it's not as. Because they don't think it's as flashy as ninjutsu. Or they just don't think it's as better. Or they don't think it's as stronger as taijutsu. So they just get. So people who barely use genjutsu are, well, still around, but there's not many of us." Naruto thought for a little while, and he made up his mind. After seeing everyone's conclusion, and even what Asuma said, Naruto said thank you. He bowed to her, and he went off. That girl thought, "What a weird kid." But I hope he's fine. After all, the village doesn't really treat their Jinchuriki well. Naruto got home, and as he did, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. What he thought was, maybe I should just keep trying to do all three of them together. He thought back to the conversation with Asuma, the big man, the big black-haired man whose hands was in his pockets. The Senju clan, one of the most feared, one of the most powerful. They try to learn all techniques because they could, and that's what made them so feared. Even the Uchiha clan couldn't overpower them, and even the Uchiha clan had to acknowledge how powerful they were. That's what Naruto was like. Naruto thought, yes, that's it. I will try to master all three of them. Ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu. All of them will be mastered by me. And I'll do it easily. 'Cause I'm me, Naruto Uzumaki. Believe it. Naruto then got up. He went to the Hokage office and asked the Hokage, "Gigi, please, give me beginner scrolls for ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu." The Hokage was shocked. All three. I thought you were gonna only go for one. Well, you see, GG, I talked around. I talked to a bunch of jonin, and one of them, one of them made me think. And I thought it'd be better if I tried to master them all. The old man sighs. He looks down, and he has a little smile on his face. He giggles. Then he laughs. Alright then, Naruto. Sure. As long as you continue this way, and you don't give up, I believe you can do it. Then, as the old man said that, he brought out 3 scrolls. These little scrolls can help you with all of them. They may be little, it may be only 3 of them, 1 for each, but these can help you with the beginning. Naruto took them, said thank you, and bowed and went on his way. Since Naruto got home, he instantly opened up one of them. Ninjutsu, Volume 1.